In the next 12 minutes, I'm about to show you 10 businesses that should not exist. Seriously, when I started researching these online stores, I thought half of them had to be fake. The products are just too weird. The profits are just too insane, and the whole thing seems impossible. But after weeks of digging, calling companies, and verifying numbers, I can confirm that these are all 100% real, and they're all making more money than you would believe. One of these stores makes $17 million selling something you normally flush down the toilet. And another built an empire on things airlines literally lose every single day. And the number one spot, it is hiding in plain sight, something you interact with every single day but would never think to buy. These 10 stories prove something wild. You don't need a genius idea, you just need to start, because you really can sell almost anything online and turn it into a business. Now, starting at number 10, we have snoutandshell.com. Now imagine walking into a pet store and seeing a shelf labeled Hermit Crab Gourmet. That's a real business making real money by cooking up specialty blends for hermit crabs. We're talking dried insects, seaweed, tiny treats, all packaged like luxury cuisine. And here's the wild part. The market isn't huge, but it doesn't have to be. Pet owners who buy once almost always come back. And when your margins are 70 to 80%, because you're literally mixing dried bugs and seaweed, every repeat order is profit stacked on profit. Now, what started as a side project turned into a cult following. Hermit crab owners love to trade recipes, post feeding videos, and gush about how their crabs deserve the best. Now, if someone can build a thriving business selling gourmet dinners for hermit crabs, business number 9 is going to blow your mind. It's a prank so ridiculous that it went viral overnight. So at number 9, we have shipyourенemiesglitter.com. Think about the most annoying thing you could possibly get in the mail. It's not a bill, it's not junk coupons, it is an envelope that looks harmless until you open it. And then suddenly your carpet, your clothes, even your hair are covered in glitter. That is the entire business model from shipyourenemiesglitter.com. One frustrated entrepreneur launched a website offering to send anonymous glitter bombs to anyone that you hate. And at first it was a joke. He put the site up for fun, but within 24 hours, it went so viral that he could not keep up with the orders. He sold the company for $85,000 almost immediately, and under new ownership, it grew into a 6-figure prank empire because people will pay good money to annoy their ex, their boss, or even just a friend. Now, I've got to admit, I've been tempted to give this service a try just for fun. And if mailing glitter can turn into a real business, what happens when you start mailing actual vegetables? Now, I don't quite understand how or why this business even works, but here we are. Business number 8 is Potato Parcel. Now picture this. You open your mailbox and inside is a potato. Not French fries, not chips, just a raw grocery store potato with a message sharpied across the skin. Now it sounds like a prank, just like the glitter company, but here's the thing. This gag literally turned into a 7-figure business. The founders even landed a deal on Shark Tank, and at its peak, Potato Parcel was shipping tens of thousands of spuds all over the world. Now, why did this idea work? Because it's so dumb that it's actually brilliant. People will pay $10, $15, sometimes even $20 for a potato that says happy birthday or I hate you. And the margins are obviously insane, and the virality is off the charts. Every potato mailed out is basically free advertising when the recipient posts it online on social media. All right, quick breather. We're a third of the way through, and if you think mailing potatoes was dumb, these next 4 businesses make that look normal. And in fact, business number 7 is downright disgusting. Now, you probably grew up hearing, don't touch that, it's dirty. But what if I told you that there's a company literally making millions by doing the exact opposite? Turning animal poop into something you actually want to touch. Meet the business that takes elephant dung, cleans it, processes it, and then presses it into paper. The company is called poopoopaper.com, and they sell journals, greeting cards, even office supplies made out of recycled poop. Now, once again, this sounds like a prank, but it is 100% real. Tourists buy it, eco-friendly shoppers love it, and the company has turned literal waste into a profitable global brand. Now, here's the twist. Customers don't buy it in spite of the poop. They buy it because of the poop, and the shock factor is the selling point. Now, next up, we have a business that I never would have thought of in a million years, and I still don't understand why people buy it. At number 6, we have Kula Cloth, which solves a problem you probably didn't even know existed. When nature calls in the wilderness, most people reach for toilet paper. But backpackers, climbers, and thru-hikers, they've been using something much stranger. A reusable, antimicrobial pee cloth. Yes, there's a business that sells nothing but fabric squares designed specifically for when you pee outdoors. It's sanitary, it's eco-friendly, and it's surprisingly stylish, with pattern designs, artist collabs, and even glow-in-the-dark versions. Now, if you're anything like me, you're probably shaking your head in disbelief. A pee cloth, really? But money doesn't lie. The company is pulling in millions of dollars per year. And why is that? It's because it solves a real problem for a passionate niche audience, and those customers evangelize it to others. And when your customers proudly post selfies holding a pee cloth on Instagram, you know you've tapped into something deeper than just sales. Okay, let's pause for a second. We just finished business number 6, and I need to tell you something. These final 5 businesses get progressively more insane, and some of them make over $10 million per year. By the way, if you're interested in learning how to start your own weird but profitable online store, make sure you sign up for my free 6-day e-commerce mini course below. It's 100% free, and I guarantee you'll learn a ton. Now, at number 5, we have Cherigami.com, and the products they sell shouldn't be physically possible. Think about the heaviest piece of furniture in your house. It might be a desk, a couch, or maybe even a shelf. Now imagine all of that now made entirely out of cardboard. And this isn't a joke, this is a real company that builds desks, couches, and even full trade show booths from corrugated cardboard. And people actually buy them. Now at first glance, it looks like something a college kid would cobble together during finals week. But here's the surprising part. These pieces are sturdy, lightweight, recyclable, and way cheaper to make than traditional furniture. Cherigami pulls in over $2.2 million a year by targeting students, startups, and eco-conscious customers who love the novelty of furniture you can literally fold up, recycle, and replace. It's one of those ideas that make you shake your head and think, there's no way that works. And that is exactly why it gets so much attention. Which leads us to business number 4, whose business model is literally turning customers into walking billboards. Now, winter hats keep your head warm. Scarves keep your neck warm. But what about your face? That's the absurd question behind a company that sells knit hats with giant bushy beards stitched onto them. So think Viking braids, handlebar mustaches, even full Santa beards dangling from your chin. Now, it started as a novelty gift, the kind of thing you expect to see once and laugh at, but beardhead.com went viral, picked up retail distribution, and has sold millions of dollars worth of these ridiculous hats. Now, the genius isn't just the product. It's how visual it is. Every customer instantly becomes walking marketing. Post a selfie in one of these and your friends have to ask where you bought it. And this is the power of weird. Sometimes looking ridiculous is the best way to build a brand. And finally, we are down to the final 3. And business number 3 takes weird to an entirely different level and is literally a business that will make you cry. Most pet owners buy treats, toys, and maybe a cute outfit. But what if you could order a custom plush replica of your pet? That is the entire business model here. You send in photos of your dog, cat, rabbit, even a horse, and they handcraft a stuffed animal that looks exactly like them. Same markings, same floppy ears, same grumpy face. It's sweet, but it's also a little bit disturbing. Some people buy these as gifts. Others order one after their pet passes away. But either way, this business has turned emotional attachment into tens of millions in sales. And what started as a quirky idea now has a loyal customer base willing to spend hundreds of dollars on a single plush. And the margins, plush toys are cheap to produce compared to what people will pay when emotions are involved. And it's proof that weird doesn't just have to be funny or gross. Sometimes weird works because it taps into something deeply personal. All right, we're finally down to the final 2. And business number 2 is the $17 million story I promised. Backyard chickens have become trendy in recent years, but not everyone wants to commit to building a coop, buying feed, and raising birds for life. So someone came up with a bizarre solution: renting chickens. And here's how it works. For a couple $100, you get a pair of hens, a portable coop, feed, and instructions delivered to your door. 6 months later, you either give them back or keep them permanently. Now, this sounds like a quirky side hustle, except the chicken rental business has exploded into a $17 million empire. It's actually pretty brilliant in its weirdness. Customers love the idea of farm-fresh eggs without the long-term responsibility. Schools use it for teaching kids, and families try it as a test run. And the company profits every time a chicken gets packed up and shipped out. It's part farm, part subscription service, and 100% proof that you can make serious money by renting out things nobody thought could be rented. And finally, now, drum roll please, the number one business that shouldn't exist is one that makes $39 million per year, and here's how it works. Every year, airlines lose thousands of suitcases. Now, most get returned, but a small percentage, they're never claimed. And instead of letting all that stuff go to waste, one company built an entire business around it. They buy unclaimed luggage in bulk, crack it open, and then resell everything inside, from clothes to jewelry to electronics. Now, at first glance, it feels like dumpster diving at the airport. But here's the twist. Unclaimedbaggage.com has turned this lost and found model into a multi-million-dollar retail empire. They even run a massive physical store where people line up to hunt for treasures pulled straight up from strangers' suitcases. It's part thrift store, part treasure hunt, and proof that one person's loss really can be another person's business opportunity. Now, hopefully you've been amused by some of these weird businesses, and that is the crazy part. From hermit crab gourmet meals to poop paper, beard hats, and even lost luggage, these businesses prove that you don't need a billion-dollar idea. You just need the guts to launch something weird. Because if people can make millions selling chickens by the month or mailing potatoes through the post, then there's no excuse for you. You can literally sell almost anything online and turn it into a business. Now, which one of these businesses shocked you the most? And more importantly, what weird idea are you going to start selling? Let me know in the comments below. And now that you know what's possible, make sure you watch this video here on my process for finding profitable products to sell online.